over in Liberty for the boys basketball program, Levon Lamb. Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
No problem. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing great. We're doing real good.
That's good.
Coach, I got the chance to see the team for the first time against Campbell. You guys look good. I saw some stars in DeAndre Venters and James Davis, but we always like to start off with our head coaches when it's their first time on the show with meet the team segment. So I mentioned some players there, but go ahead and give us a full introduction of some superstars on the team and some guys that maybe made some strides this year that you're impressed with.
Of course, those two are two of our main players on our team. We also have Silas Robinson, who's one of our defensive specialists. We also have Rashad Davis as well. Chambers as well. And then we also have Kalen Turner, Jaden Townsend, and Jordan Townsend, also Jeremiah Franklin. They also contribute as well in their own right. Everybody, pretty much knows their role on the team, and what they do. They just try to bring just their role every night that we go out and play, and they know that once they do their role, it helps us to be successful on the court.
We know you fell in that tough one to Campbell, but you guys were able to bounce back last night with a win over Champion, and it was a tougher game than the final score would emulate. Talk about what you saw from your kids and how proud you are of the bounce back and the mental toughness to come off a tough loss and go in and beat a good Champion team.
You know what? We started off slow. We had an idea they probably were going to come out like that, with that Campbell game being so big and they exhausted so much energy and it was so much hype and all the extra energy they put in and the heart they showed in that third quarter. It was kind of draining. And then on top of that, it was our senior night, so it was was a lot of emotions was behind that, and we knew that I was hoping they didn't come out that way, but it was always a possibility with me and the staff. So that's what happened, and then we just trying to as we've been doing all year, we just halftime we went in, we rallied the troops, and they were able to muster some energy together and come out and get that win last night.
Coach, a very successful year this season. You guys 14 wins, playing in a very tough MVAC grade conference. Talk to me about the conference competition and how you think that's going to help you guys come tournament time, especially with some conference games here to close out the season.
I feel our conference, our tier is one of the toughest conferences in the area. It's always one of them conferences I say every year that you never know who could come out on top. As you can see, in the past years, it's always been, New Falls or LaBrea right in the running. Now this year, we were hoping it was us, and now you see it's Campbell. And I've always felt that we have some of the toughest teams in our league that we play out of Trumbull County. And then just preparing us for it, I think just the teams that we play and the style that everybody plays, it just gives you a little bit of everything that you would need to prep to make that long playoff push or that long playoff run that every coach wants to do. We get the shooting, we get the physicality, we get some of the high energy from everybody that we play, so it just helps us to prepare us better for the playoff push.
Coach, every coach has like the expectations before the season of what he has in the roster and how far he thinks his team can progress. Now that we're almost at the end of the season, where do you think this team is compared to maybe where you thought they'd be or where you expected them to be at the beginning of the season when you were evaluating what you had?
We're right where we were. I think we were going to be. I know we were going to be vying for our conference with the veteran leadership and stuff that we had. Veteran leadership and the players that we had returning. I knew we were going to be vying for our conference. Our goal was is every year just to progress, get better in the league. And I think the Campbell game and some, one or two other tough games that we had throughout the season, we didn't, yes, you guys know we didn't pull out the Campbell game, but it was a couple games there early in the season that we were, it was right there, it was close, and we were able to pull them out. And I just think that helped us more than anything. The toughness, our composure, staying patient, I think that's going to help us in the long run. And I just, like I said, I just contest, I just get that accolades to the kids. They're doing everything we're asking them to do. They're trying to stay locked in. They're, paying attention to detail. And it's just they just had like a switch where they just their heart and their just their want, their desire. You know, when you play well and you know you could just feel it and you could just feel you just right there at the edge. You just need that one extra thing to just push you over. And I think that's what they're playing for, and they know that we're right there and that we can just break this thing open. And I just hope that we just continue to stay composed and we can just continue to stay right there where we are right now in this moment, and it helps us. Just like I said, it gives us a good transition into the playoff and just gives us a good push.
Wins and losses are fun to look at, numbers are fun to look at, but we all know it's the program and the culture of a program that's what gets it there. So in saying that, Coach, talk to me a little bit about the culture that you want to build and that you have built here at Liberty, and what it truly means to be a Leopard.
One thing that was one of my goals when I took over the program. Me and my staff took over the program 3 years ago. We knew what we had at Campbell with, you know, in our student athletes. We knew that we had some players, and that was one of my goals. I wanted to change the culture, and not so much to say to make it a household name, but I wanted Liberty basketball to be one of the great or premier teams, or however you want to say it, in the area. So that's what we did. We went back. We just, you know, we sat down, we did some talking, we did some back and forth, and we just set some goals for ourselves that we knew that we could implement with this group of young men that we had over the last 2 or 3 years to make the program progress and to make it relevant again. And you know, honestly, right now, all those things are coming true. You just see this is just the I think the start of, because, you know, when you take over a program, you know, you give yourself a year, maybe a year and a half, or maybe 2 years to kind of get it where you want, where you get the kids where they understand what you want and they know what you know, as a coaching staff, they know how you coach and how you play, you know, how you want them to play and how you want the program to be. And I think we're there now. It's a lot of things that we don't, you know, have to coach or we don't have to teach. And saying that to say all this, I think we're right here. And I think now, you know, like you guys and some of the public, they're starting to see that Liberty is one of the teams in the area that's going to be placed back on the map. And we're just so proud of that.
With success comes the community backup, and the community support kind of flocks when you start winning. What has it been like to see this gym packed and to see the whole Liberty community kind of follow you guys and be emotionally invested in your success?
Oh, it's just been very positive. I've just been happy to see it. I mean, and you know, it's the biggest thing is just it's the kids, just the students of the school. I mean, for them to come out and start one of the biggest student sections in the area, and they come to every game and they're excited, they're locked in, and they're cheering. And I think, in addition to that, just some of the community, you know, members too. Like, we see people in the community, you know, in our travelings, and you know, they stop us and commend us and thank us, you know, for, you know, kind of making, you know, the program relevant again, and kind of making the buzz and having the noise all around, you know, back around there. And it's just a joy to see it. You know, any coach would tell you, it's just nice that, you know, just all the positive things and the comments and just how the kids are acting now, and it's just a positive thing, and it's just a great feeling to see. And I always knew it was there. Like I said, once I took over the program, I knew it was there. It was just, you know, pulling it out, and like I said, as you can see now, it's coming out. So it's just a very positive thing. It's very good to see it and hear just from the comments and just the way how the kids and the administration and the community is reacting.
What drives you to keep becoming a coach, or to keep being a coach rather, coming in and out every single year and continuing this job?
My drive is just, you know, I love, you know, just giving back. As you know, I played here. I played for Rand, and you know, I lived in the city. I still live, you know, I'm still here in Youngstown, and I always wanted to desire, even when I went to school, to play and come home to give back some of the knowledge that I've learned, not only playing but just at the college level. And I just love to be, you know, to go when I coach, that, you know, you see the light bulb go off and you see the kids really get it, or your players get what you're trying to, you know, coach and teach them. And then when they can do it and show that on the court, that's like enough for me. I've always had the, you know, the mindset of, as long as we can get better and we can progress, you know, you start individually, because, you know, once you get them individually better, then they can come collectively together to make it the teamwork thing work. So I've always did, just as long as we're progressing, we're getting better. I want to make sure, we're competitive and we're just playing basketball. You know what I mean? And that's like one of the things that just keeps me going, is when they get it, and then just to see them succeed in it, and then when they have fun and they're playing basketball and they finally realize they can do it and we are accomplishing things. That's what drives me. I just just the fun and just the love of the game. I just like to be around it. I like to talk about it. And just, sometimes it gets so, some coaches probably would tell you this too. Sometimes it gets to the point that I wish I could actually just get back out and play sometimes, just to get that interaction and just, be back on the floor with just a nice group, a bunch of guys that just want to play and just have fun and just compete. So that's what really drives me, and just seeing the kids' faces and just the progression on their, of them as they play.
Coach, we know that the head coaches get the limelight, they get the interviews, but you wouldn't be anywhere without the staff that backs you up. So I want to give you a chance to highlight your coaching staff, your assistants, and the people that help you make this Liberty program what it is.
Oh, yeah. My coaching staff, and they've been with me from when we took over the program in 2019. I had a couple of them shuffle around. One or two of them started at the junior high level. Then they were able to move up to, to the high school level with me. My head JV coach is Darren Johnson. My first assistant coach is Damian Daniels, and then my freshman coach is David Robinson. And I tell them guys all day, every day, I appreciate everything they do. I have a staff. Everybody play basketball at the next level. I have a lot of basketball knowledge. We're like a family. I mean, we sit, we talk. We just, throw basketball back and forth. And I tell them guys all the time, I appreciate you, because this part of this wouldn't be where you be. I have a great group of assistant coaches. I have a great staff. Like I said, we work well together, and I would go down swinging with those guys. I wouldn't trade them. I wouldn't trade them.
Coach, interesting that the entire staff too, being around basketball, playing at the next level, obviously that helps too. And with you being so involved in the sport throughout young age up until now, and having the experience as a player and a coach, what would Coach Lamb say to player Levon Lamb?
Oh man, that's a good one. I think I would tell him just to constantly work at your craft every day, every chance you get. Now just seeing the athletes, it's a little different now, playing, and you get taller guys who can shoot the three, you get taller guys who can dribble, put the ball on the floor, they can, get to the basket, they can finish, and they're doing a multiple of guard type things, I guess you can say. I would just tell them, just as much as you can, just get in the lab, work on your craft as much as possible, and just do everything you can to just try to continue to get better every day. And I would also tell them, just play until you can't play anymore. Sometimes, like I said, it comes times where I just miss it, just the competition, just to be able to get on the floor, run up and down, just the camaraderie of just that team, the team chemistry. I just miss it. And I would just tell them all, just play as long as you can until you just can't play no more. And then when it's over, it's over.
Coach, we thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate your time. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the way. And, of course, we hope to see you again real soon.
Yep. Thank you, guys. You guys continue to have a good day as well. Yep.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Yep. Have a good one.